Hey everyone, RogueGold here, and today I want to discuss something that I think is pretty cool and can, maybe offset some of the recent disappointment and emptiness we've felt with the announcement of Division Heartland's delay, as well as the Division 2's new update not coming until February. And that offset is the fact that looking at the lineup, 2022 is truly going to be an insane year for the Division franchise. Arguably, pretty undeniably, the biggest ever in the history of the Division. So that's what I want to go over and discuss today. I'll say quick before I begin that if you're unaware, we are currently having a giveaway going on here on the channel in celebration of reaching 10,000 subscribers. You have until Friday, November 12th to enter in. The prize is a $50 gift card to the gaming platform of your choice, and all you have to do to enter in is subscribe. If you want the full details and hear about the other entry methods, feel free to check the video I'm pinning in the top corner right now. Alright, 2022. I think before we talk about next year, we need to talk about this past year, specifically back in May when we got the big Division Universe announcement. Before that came out, we weren't expecting much from 2021 as far as the Division was concerned. We knew we had new Division 2 content coming optimistically at the end of 2021, but that was pretty much it. Our hopes for Division 3 had been largely deflated, but then leave it to Ubisoft to come out and dump at least the majority of their plans for the Division universe on us all at once. And what's become apparent to me now with the recent announcement of these delays is that that was a pretty premature announcement. If the Division Heartland were in, that uncertain of a place to where they couldn't hold true to a release deadline 10 months out from that announcement, then you probably shouldn't have announced it to begin with. I think it's very possible that they did it largely because morale was so low within the Division community at the time. So they wanted to boost things up a bit, especially considering there was going to be no showing at E3. But the past is the past, and we're now about to close out 2021 with the only big release for the Division universe this year being an audiobook in Hearts of Fire, which wasn't bad. Let me be clear, I thought that story and project was great, but it's kind of pathetic considering we were supposed to get a new game and new content for the Division 2. However, 2021 only has 2 months left in it, and then we are entering into what will be the polar opposite of this past year, that being the biggest year ever in the franchise's history. Let me remind you quickly, with all the new info we have, what's coming and going on in 2022. Even before the new Division 2 content, the new novel is coming, I think, on February 1st. That's not a sequel, but, in line with Broken Dawn and the other one that we got before. Then the Division 2's new content, which from the glimpses we have gotten now, looks like it'll be a very transformative and awesome update for the game, is coming sometime in February, probably mid to late. Then the Division Heartland, while not confirmed for 2022 proper, I wager will definitely release sometime in like Q2 or 3 of 2022. The Division Mobile is also slated for the same window of kind of mid-2022, so 2 new Division games for next year, and then the Division Netflix movie is supposed to be coming late 2022. I think the filming for it is beginning this month, from an article I read recently, so that should be on track to come out late next year. And then not to mention, in addition to all of that, continued Division 2 content and title updates throughout 2022. And on top of all of that, it's entirely possible that there are more smaller projects and other transmedia content we could see, given the Division Hearts on Fire was a sizable enough thing that wasn't even mentioned on the Division Universe timeline, yet it was released just 2 months after that article came out. So there could be even more surprises we don't know are coming yet. So that's all to say that the big promise of the Division universe we got back in May of this year looks like, if all goes to plan, is finally going to materialize in 2022, which is true for a lot of franchises and even industries across the world, from games to movies and more. So that's partly Ubi's fault for teasing things so early, and partly not their fault for the ever-changing circumstances of life these days. So obviously, I'm very excited at the promise of all of that. If all goes to plan and that does all release in those windows, I have no idea how I'm going to cover continually releasing Division 2 news and content, Heartland, and mobile, but I'm not complaining. That's a good problem to have. It's going to be a good time to be a Division fan, and I think for those of us who trudged through this year, who kept our heads down and were patient, we're going to get a pretty sweet reward throughout 2022. So yeah, not a super long video today, guys, but I feel like there's been some uncertainty with how excited or not excited to be with everything lately since the announcements last week. So I just wanted to provide a bit of guidance and some insight as to why I'm just as pumped as ever for what's to come, because I think we're all going to benefit and have something to look forward to once we get to see the full scope of where the Division universe and the franchise is headed. Thank you all so much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and be sure to subscribe with notifications on so you can be updated every time I upload. Let me know your thoughts on the future of the Division universe. What do you think about 2022's seemingly pretty stacked lineup, and what are your release predictions on some of these projects like the Division Mobile and the movie? I know I'm spinning these ideas around in my head all the time, so I'll be curious to hear some of your guys' perspectives. We've got some pretty exciting and juicy topics to dive into, both for the Division 2 and Heartland, in preparation for Div 2's in-game event in early December. And and the next installation of the Intelligence Annex should be assumedly coming late November, mid to late November. I think this steady flow of news and information is going to make the wait for February and beyond a lot less painful, and I'm excited to see what's in store. Alright, that's going to do it for me today, guys. Once again, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day, and until the next one, guys, RogueGold out.